And good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me get the music off on Podbean, the audio site of the Southern Fried Podcast Patriot Morning Show, or SFP Patriot Morning Show. Good morning, Patriots all across this land we love and across the world. Wherever you're coming from this morning, shout out to you. God bless. Hope you're having a great day thus far. You may have been up all night. You may be in the middle of your afternoon. It may be evening time or it may be morning time here on the East Coast. It is 6:02 a.m. Eastern Standard Time as we broadcast live, yes, live from the banks of the Southern Fried River here in Studio A at the SFP, the Southern Fried, with your host, Dave in the AM, a.k.a. been dubbed the Cornbread Man. the Cornbread man. Yes, my good friend, the angry conservative, yes, has dubbed me that. And so I like it. I told him I was going to use it. We are the Southern Fried Cornbread Nation, and we will be on his show. And we're looking, I was going to pull that up. I think I still got it in here. I may not, but anyway, we'll have to pull it up. I think I've got it in a different format, but we will be on the Angry Conservative Show this Saturday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Rumble only. Rumble only, I believe that is, and premium. The interview series with the Angry Conservative. Looking forward to it. Thank you so much, my dear friend from the great state of Alabama. We appreciate you having us on and doing this interview series. I'm enjoying the many different backgrounds of folks that he is having on. Remember, we are brought to you by Patriot Mobile. Patriot Mobile, yes, use that promo code Cornbread. Cornbread, great company, America first. They stand on the Constitution. They stand on their faith in Jesus Christ. They're from the great state of Texas, and we love them. And we appreciate the partnership with them. So I hope your morning is a good one. Yesterday was a challenge through some of it. We had to maintain through a difficult day, but we did get some things done. We do have a death in the family we're going to have to get through. My ad's kicked off by me. We do have a death in the family that we're going to be gathering for. Have family in. My sister is in from Nevada, and she will be supposed to be live with me Wednesday night, her and husband Frank. So we're looking forward to that. Again, I hope you like Jake's artwork here, as he has made us. Yes, the Puppet Masters, and we appreciate him doing that. That was awful nice of him to do that. We appreciate you, brother. And Rob didn't like that hog on there, but we got it switched over to the Bulldog. And so we'll be using some of those things. But thank you, Jake, for doing that. That was awful nice of you to do that. We appreciate that, brother. Very, very nice. So, oh, you're awesome, man. Very awesome. My sister said, well, that don't look like you. I said, what's a puppet? I mean, come on. Artistic liberties. It's okay. So we appreciate you, man. Birthdays this morning. Birthdays. We got quite a few birthdays on the docket today. This yielded us a lot of people that we know. Of course, there's only 365 of them, but some days have more than others. Today is Jerry Seinfeld's birthday. Happy birthday to you, sir. Born in 1954. Michelle Pfeiffer, born in 1958. Uma Thurman, 1970. Daniel Day-Lewis, born in London, England. London, England, 1957. Kate Mulgrew, Star Trek Voyager fame, and many other things. She was in an episode of Dallas once as a country singer. Was not a good country singer, but do like Kate Mulgrew. Happy birthday to her. A couple more. Master P, 1970, from New Orleans. And Willie Nelson, the great Willie Nelson. He's still out there getting it. Rob went and saw him just here a while back in concert. Born in 1933. Wow. Still getting it done. Willie Nelson. Andre Agassi, the tennis player. And yes, the great Dale Earnhardt, who unfortunately died in a crash in a NASCAR race many moons ago. But people won't forget that. Was certainly a legend in his sport. Happy birthday, or in the memory of all those folks. My birthday is coming up in, what is today? Let's see, 7 days, 8 days. We don't count today, 7 days. I'll be turning the big 60. Can't believe it. It's like, where in the world did time go? I'm riding along with my granddaughters yesterday, and I've got my oldest one is 17 years old. And I look at her and I'm like, she's become a woman. Before long, she'll meet up with somebody and get married. Began a family, and I'm like, where did time go? I don't feel. My body tells me I am sometimes, but I don't feel like it in my mind. So be be happy, whatever age you are. Keep on doing. Keep on pushing. Conservatives and patriots, keep on pushing forward. Don't let the liberal tear you down today. Stand true, stand tall, be a patriot, stand on that Constitution. We are a constitutional republic. They throw around the word democracy like it's just the majority say so. They don't even know basic civics. Constitutional republic, the United States of America. President Trump, 100 days, kicking it. We'll be talking about that from the great state of Michigan, about some things he's done or getting done. We like most of what he's done. There's been a couple of missteps, just to be fair. Just to be fair, nobody's perfect. Sometimes people get mad at you when you just point things out. There's been a couple little small missteps, and it's facts. I mean, it's just facts. And that when you're moving at the speed with which the government is moving right now, you can't help but have a couple of things, that happen. And there has been. They've had to correct a couple of things. There is probably still a few little old snakes around him that he's going to have to be very careful about. They are wolves in sheep's clothing. I suspect at least two, maybe three, could be more, but I'm pretty certain there's two or three there that are not in the best interest of the president. Watch your back, sir. Watch your back. There are some people there that will, if they see an opportunity, will strike. Don't you just love that when you have people like that in your life that lie in wait? They pretend to be your friend. You think that they're on your side, that they're withholding your secrets, that they're always about promoting you, making sure that you're taken care of. But no, they're laying in wait. They're a deceiver. They're demonic. They're ready to take you down. There's always somebody like that. You have to be careful. And the president has people like that as well. And one of those, not naming names, one of those, many people think probably has the best intent. One of those is in the faith side of things. Yes, I said it. I'm a man of faith, and I'm telling you, there is a snake that is very close to the president, that has the president's ear. They are a snake. Watch out, Mr. President. Be careful. Pray for wisdom. There are some good people around you of faith, great people. They're trying hard. They're praying for you, but there is a snake in your midst. It is very obvious. Be careful. They will lead you astray. And on affairs of the Middle East, especially the Middle East, be very careful. Scriptures come first, not man. Man is a liar. Be careful. Get some understanding there and be wise in your dealings in the Middle East. These are things that can hurt America. These are things that will hurt America if we're not careful. Got to be careful with that. Well, the president's been trying to assemble a peace agreement between Zelensky and Putin, and at different times, each one has been the stumbling stone to peace. The stumbling stone to peace. Seems as though Vladimir Putin says, I'll take my sign right now, and I will be that. And so he is saying he will not have peace unless there is a demilitarized Ukraine and an annexation of 20% of the nation in any agreement. So the president is struggling on. One of the problems that the president has, sometimes we know, love him, it's his own mouth. This has been his way. And one of the things is he flaunted out there that he would have peace very quickly in this area. It's not coming quickly. He's going to try a new tactic. But there are problems with this. And they know this. They know if they just string it along, and of course Putin is sitting in the catbird seat. He doesn't care. He can continue. He has no love of life. He'll just let his soldiers keep dying to do it just to make America look wrong in this. So got to be careful with this, because you got two people that don't want to bend here. Doesn't mean it won't happen, but Vladimir Putin is not excited about it yet. He said some things I knew, and demilitarized, and I'm surprised it hasn't been said no Zelensky, because I really felt like he would push for that. So we will see. He's calling for a 3-day truce, ceasefire, which can be, of course, put it to the side if anything happens. But he's not ready to make any kind of agreements right now. President Trump on Truth Social, which by the way is airing some TV now, Truth Social, criticized him on his Truth Social site for for shooting missiles into civilian areas, towns, cities over the last few days. He said, it makes me think that he doesn't want to stop the war. He's just tapping me along and has to be dealt with differently through banking or secondary sanctions. Mr. President, that's not going to work. Sorry. It didn't work for Biden. It won't work for you. They created this mess that they put us in. We probably are going to have to let the Europeans handle this because we're going to get caught up in the middle of this thing. It would be nice to have in your resume that you brought peace there. But we don't have to stay. We don't have to be engaged into this. Let the Europeans take the lead if that's what they want to do. I think the president is fine. He don't like to back down from anything, though. I understand that. Going to have to be very careful here, though. Things could amp up very quickly. So he's got to be careful. Zelensky seems to be agreeable at the moment. Of course, he does the same thing. He said on his X account that it was a good meeting between him and the president. And maybe it was. But you got to have two to tango, as they say. And we got one dance partner that keeps stepping out of the line. This is the way. These kinds of this kind of hate and this kind of thing has been going on for a long time in those regions. There's some deep, deep hatred. And so I thought it's pretty significant that Zelensky was willing to, which he's not going to be able to change it anyway, agree to Crimea going over, but it's going to be a whole lot more than that. The 20% probably, I don't know what the landmass is that they control right now, they being Russia. I don't know if it's 10, 20, 15. I don't know where it's at. That probably is not a deal breaker. Probably not a deal breaker. It will hurt. It will not feel good for Zelensky. Let's just say that. But those regions were very pro-Russian anyway. I'm not making excuses for him. It's horrible. It's awful what's happened. But the demilitarized part is not going to go. Because then you would just let down your guard for a future another invasion. But here's the sticker on it. Who's gonna handle the front lines? Who's gonna be in the demilitarized zone? Because you could have a zone of demilitarization, yes, but you can't trust either side to feel that. Because in one little, but this is what we've done forever between North and South Korea. Can we just get out of that? I realize it. We've been sitting in the middle of this now for all these years. It's always a threat. There's always that threat. And yes, I know it was to keep the North Koreans from coming south and invading, keeping somewhat of peace. I get that. But it is one of the hot spots around the world, especially with Rocket Man, the way he acts. I don't know that it's good for us to have over 30,000 plus troops sitting there in this day and time. Not that we don't need to have places around the world, but we don't need to be sitting in the middle of two armies, two nations who hate each other. That would be like, being there on the border of Pakistan and the disputed territories. We don't need to be in nothing like that. We don't need to be there. There's just places we don't need to be. If we have a place, we claim it, it's ours or whatever, we fly the flag over it, okay. But don't be the peacemaker and right in the middle. Because that just pulls our American troops into stuff like that. I could see it for a time because we were, that was a conflict, not a war, a conflict, they say, that we were in. But after all these years, could we not come up with a better agreement? It just goes on and on and on. Of course, military people like having things like that. They can always, ask for more and more and more. But there's a way to do it without having to be right in the middle of the conflict, right there in the middle with all those troops. There's other places. We do have a Navy, and we patrol the 7 seas. Right now, we got Houthis to deal with who continue to cause problems. Looks like we're going to have to tag them on the foreheads again with a warhead on the forehead. They keep raising their little ugly Houthi heads, and it is causing some problems. Absolutely, aircraft sliding off the flight deck, trying to avoid attack. Oh boy! Again, those are areas that are heating up. So the first 100 days, what's your opinion? First 100 days, what do you think about it? Put it in the chat. What do you think about the first 100 days? Are you happy? You excited? You want more? Think more should have been done? In some cases, yay, I think that more should have been done. For instance, there should be some people arrested, indicted, something. Not happened. Not much. But in a lot of ways, there's a lot of great things happen. The border saved some money. Been a couple of missteps there, but they have saved some money, cut out some waste, brought some things back to the states. The courts have been a problem and continue to be a problem. Even the Supreme Court has been a problem, trying to slow him down, trying to keep things from happening. But we'll see what happens in the next 100 days. As I think tomorrow, first official or something like that, first 100 days. I think he's coming out tomorrow, I think. So we'll see. But what's going to happen in Gaza? It's an ugly one. What's going to happen between Ukraine and Russia? Ugly one. We've got China. We've got tariffs. We've got this tariff war. The president is talking about loosening some of the tariff issues on automobiles. He said there's a financial windfall coming. Might be a tax break on the way because of the financial windfall due to tariffs. So we'll see. Not sure. But the autos and the effect it's having on that, they're looking for something to be done there. The Philadelphia Eagles went to see the president on their championship, minus quarterback Jalen Hurts. I did like Saquon Barkley's response. He said, I'm going. I don't have a problem. Keep politics out of it. If you don't like him, you don't like him. He said, I played golf with Obama a few years ago. He said, I'm going to do the same with President Trump. That's how you handle it. There you go. You know what? Just be an American. Enjoy it. An invitation to the White House is an invitation to the White House. The office is bigger. Absolutely. We said that for the last 4 years. Okay, if you don't like Trump, that's fine. It's still the office. It's still the White House. It's still a visit to the White House. When did we get so sissified that we can't go? I mean, I get it. I don't care for Biden. If I was invited to the White House, I would have went. You better believe it. I'm representing the Lord Jesus Christ. I'm an ambassador for the gospel. Why would I not go? Why would I not stand there and be that Christian presence in the room? If not that I would ever get invited, but if I were, sure, I'd go. Absolutely, I'd go. When did we get so sissified we can't go and do? Why we're so offended we can't go? I've met lots of people I don't care for their politics at all, but we're friends. We're friends, or we're acquaintances, or we get work done together. Absolutely. Have to be able to do that. Well, you're just going to let them have their say. You're not going to go there and represent. What an accomplishment to win. You're not identifying with their politics just because you show up in the White House. You're just accepting an invitation to the house that is the people's house. What in the world? I just get this is so silly. So silly. The mini protests. Everybody's got the protest mindset. I can't go there. We don't agree. I don't like them. So, but I like the way Saquon handled that. It's like people are commenting, leave me alone. Let me be me. That's it. Let me be me. I want to get one shot through this life. How many opportunities in life does someone get invited as a special guest to the White House? Sports teams do get that. It's become a kind of a thing to do. And yes, some teams win back to back. Some of those players are not even the same, though. If you get a chance to go, you go. To me, but it's your right. It's your right, Mr. Hurts. You do you, I'll do me. But I like the way Saquon handled that. I thought it was a good way to handle it. I thought he made a point. I'm just I'm going. It's a place to go. It's a place to see. I think he'll have a good time. I think he has the right mindset on that. But anyway, I don't know. It's just the thing now. You can't have. It's that old thing. If you're friends with me, you can't be friends with this person. Baloney. I've got friends that they're not friends. We're still friends though. That's just the way it is. I've had people say, I can't believe you're friends with that person. You know how I feel about them. Okay, get over your feelings. I'm a friend to them. They're friends. No, I don't agree with things they've done. No, but we're friends. I don't want to close off the bridge to an opportunity to be a light for Christ. I don't want to. I'm not identifying with their issue, and I'm not. I'm just by going. I wouldn't be identified. I wouldn't be saying I agree with everything that they're doing. Timing is everything. So what do you just going to win a championship when somebody's in there you like? Come on. Anyway, though, if that's the way he wants to be about it, it's the way he wants to be about it. Don't forget, Wednesday night, we have Hump Day Views. Almost said news. We changed the name Hump Day Views. My sister, like I said, we're planning to have them on live, at least for part of the show. They got to travel back the next day to Nevada. And I hope that we can make that happen. I think we will. They've been tired. Lots going on. And we've got the funeral to do. So, but I'm hoping that evening we can have a good time. Just a good time. She's never been live in the studio, been live, and it's been a while since she's been live on the air with us. So we'll get their perceptions about how things are going in their lives from Nevada and how they just view things in life and whatever. We'll have some fun. The morning show, Rob back again. Pray for him. He didn't feel good. Not felt good yesterday. He called me. Wasn't able to do the show last night. Thanks to Miss Elizabeth for being in the show. Had a good time. We talked about different things. And I think we've already got our idea what we're going to talk about next Monday, which we're going to break out the canning special, putting foods up. We'll talk about that. I think that'd be a good one. More and more people growing their own little gardens, putting food up, storing away, putting the right things in the food, putting it up for the rainy day, so that they do have those things. I think that's important that we have that. So we're going to talk about that. We also have, and it'll be on a Saturday on our just as a special Main Street USA show. But we have a lady who performs the Dionne Warwick songs, and she's going to come on and talk about the music and how she does it, and she's getting recognized for that and keeping those songs alive and everything. And apparently has been noted for her abilities and stuff. So we're looking forward to that. So that'll be a rare Saturday live that we're going to do. So we'll be getting a card up by the end of the week to be announcing that. You do it too early, you kind of lose the effect. You will be a little bit closer. I did see our friend Alexander Duncan for the Senate seat, Duncan for the Senate from the great state of Texas. I did see him on the podcast the very next night after he was on with us. And he sent a very nice note back thanking us and said he had a good time. I responded, I would love to have him back in early 2026 as that election gets closer. We're also, and I don't have it arranged yet, I've got to reach out. He may have sent me a message. It's Christina, a voter, GA, and other things she has. Very involved with politics in Georgia. Going to be coming on and talking about these early primary elections in Georgia. We'll talk about that. So we'll have her on. Hopefully, we're trying to work that out. I believe it'll happen. Hopefully we can get her on a morning show. She's come in a lot of times on mornings. I'd love to have her come in. That's a good morning show topic kind of hit. Get people kind of geared up. Make sure you vote this year. Don't because it's not a presidential year. Don't stop. Keep on going. That's Fleetwood Mac's, sing about. Don't stop. Keep voting. Keep going. Keep doing. Being a patriot. Stay active in those things. Don't lay down. We got to stay after it. Got to watch these ridiculous school boards. Got to keep up what's going on. Pay attention to those commissioner seats. Sometimes you get some snakes in there too, and they start taking away rights. They get their buddies in there, and then they get the 3-2 vote, and they just cancel out the conservative bloc. It happens even in the smallest of conservative towns. You get those people a little bit of money moving in. They smooze the right people, get their name plastered out there to the right people that they know will vote. Next thing you know, they're voted in. They start changing things in your town that has been a standard for decades. It happens all the time. Or you get the Looney Tune mayor, like you had up in Illinois, where the lady basically became a dictator and fixed it where it would be almost impossible to get her out. I think they finally went to court and did something with her. She was abusing city funds. The police force quit. I mean, it was just crazy. You got to be careful who you vote for, people. I mean, these people I think they just voted for a name and what she was and not what she was about. And I don't know what they were thinking, but they got something in there that was a dictator and changed. This happens a lot. It happens. Got to watch these things. People are plotting and planting, always, not planting. Should be planting. But plotting and planning always to do devious things. There's people out there like that. They're looking for a way to do something in your community, to bring something that nobody wants, because they're getting their wallet greased, and they're all about promoting themselves. They could care less about your community. They will move out of it and move on and retire to some honey spot when they've collected all their money. There's a lot of good people that serve. There's also some bad people. Got to know the difference. Got to recognize the signs. You got to stay engaged in the process to recognize those signs, though. They're absolutely slick many times about hiding their true intent. Watch a people's actions, though, not so much what they say. The old expression, actions speak louder than words, is true. Watch what somebody does, not so much what they say. Certainly listen to that, because sometimes people will tell you their plans. People love to talk. Listen more to what they say, yes, but then watch the actions. Those that are drum beating that they're here for you and they care about you, watch what they do. If they are, support it. If they're not, call it out. That's where we're at. We just got lazy with that in America. We really have. And we're sort of engaged again. We got to keep it up, to keep the pressure on, and not let the enemy weasel their way back in. We'll take a quick break, go to Mammoth Nation. Mammoth Nation, please become a monthly subscriber to Mammoth Nation. You're going to get savings at all these companies who are America First companies. American products by American people for America First values. There's tons of them. I'm a lifetime member of Mammoth Nation, and I get these savings as I go into their portal and go to the vendor that I'm looking for and order things. It is great, and we will continue to shop using Mammoth Nation. We'll be right back. Hey, Southern Fried fans and your Cornbread Nation. Well, yeah, that's right. We're going to advertise for Mammoth Nation. To all proud Americans, we call attention to these thoughts. Are you tired of woke corporations that don't align with your values? I know we are. Look no further than Mammoth Nation, the ultimate destination for patriots like you and me and Rob and everybody else, including old crazy Uncle Jeb, who believe in putting America first. Here at the Southern Fried Podcast, we're proud to partner with Mammoth Nation because they share our unwavering commitment to faith, family, and yes, freedom. Just like us, Mammoth Nation believes in the power of the American spirit and the importance of preserving our great nation's heritage. When you join Mammoth Nation, you're not just getting access to amazing discounts on products and services. You're becoming a part of a community that stands against the forces trying to tear our country apart. From supporting veterans and first responders to promoting Christian values, Mammoth Nation is the go-to platform for conservatives who want to make their voices heard. So what are you waiting for? Join the Mammoth Nation movement today and start enjoying exclusive deals from businesses that share your America First values. Together, we can make America great again, one purchase at a time. Don't miss out on this opportunity to support a company that truly cares about our nation's future. Sign up for Mammoth Nation now and experience the difference of a community that puts America first. Use that QR code on the screen, folks, and that will take you right to the website where we also will be helped in your support of these values. We are customers of this great American company. Rob is a monthly supporter, and I am a lifetime member of Mammoth Nation. We're so appreciative of companies like this. Please be a supporter, not just for us, but for America. These companies need our support. We're patriots. Stand together with patriots. Take care, and God bless. Yes, and we're back. We're back. We're back. Good morning to you on this Tuesday. We'll be going to the funeral home this evening and paying our respects with family, and then the funeral will be tomorrow for my aunt. Pray for the family. We appreciate that very, very much. Tonight's racing show is going to have to be moved. We normally do bounce that back between Tuesday and Thursday, and I believe it was supposed to be tonight. We're going to be covering Talladega absolutely in the Southern Fried Racing Hour, but we're going to have to bump that because it would be too late for my co-host and others that might want to be involved. So we will reschedule that. It will be this week. We'll just figure out which night. That's always 6 p.m. start. 6 p.m. start. So we'll see what we can do with that. We'll talk about it today. So looking forward to that. Don't worry, we'll keep the Southern Fried Racing Hour. I love that show. And it was an interesting race. There were some people disqualified it. One of the names we picked to win. Bad boys in your NASCAR world. Tried to slide some things through, and that didn't work. So be very careful about that, race car drivers. The NFL draft just occurred. There was a few shocking things, I guess. The sliding of the two quarterbacks, one from Texas, one from Colorado, slid a lot further than they thought they would. That happens. Go make your mark. Show it on the field. You'll be okay. But everybody feels slighted. They get mad. They vow revenge. Things happen. It's not always, you can't map your life. Things are going to happen in life, and you can't always map out exactly, how you want it to go. You have to roll with the punches, as they say, and figure out, the best way to kind of reset yourself. Things happen in life. You lose a job. They shut the thing down. Your dream job, maybe, finding out where you're going, or just things happen in life. You have to learn how to pivot in life. These are things that young people need to learn. Just because everybody's been telling you you're great your whole life, just because that doesn't mean you're going to be slotted exactly where they told you were. Use it as a motivator, yes. But everybody has to certainly do the job, win the job. These are people making a lot of money at a very young age. They're still immature, many of them. They may be a great athlete, and some of them may be mature. Many of them are very immature. Think about when you were 21, 22, 23. Did you have everything figured out? Probably not. Probably not. So, these are lessons they can learn. Don't weep. They're millionaires. They're going to make a lot of money. So God has a plan, and always that plan doesn't roll out the way we think it should. We're like, why? This is not fair. Well, life's not fair. Oh, Canada. Oh, Canada. Liberal Party wins again. Oh, yes, they just can't help themselves. So we got rid of one knucklehead. It's now, yes, the Mark Carney show. In the center ring of the circus, Mark Carney takes over for Justin Trudeau. Talking smack from north of the border. The Canadians, oh Canada, which gave us great rockers such as Bryan Adams and Rush and many others. They just can't help themselves. They have to elect liberals, leftists. So we'll see. The Liberal Party was leading as of Monday night with 161 seats as opposed to the 150 held by the Conservative Party. A party needs 172 of the 343 to hold the majority. Carney won his Ottawa riding on Monday. He is the first Prime Minister to represent a capital riding since Canada's first Prime Minister, John A. Macdonald, former Liberal Deputy Prime Minister and Finance Minister, Chrystia Freeland, whose resignation last December led to Trudeau announcing his plans to resign in January, won re-election in her Toronto riding. Liberals were projected to win more seats than the Conservatives when polls closed, although it was not immediately clear if they would secure an outright majority, which will allow them to advance legislation without needing votes from the minority. Ooh. The majority party appeared to be giving up control when Trump started a trade war with Canada and suggested the country could become a U.S. state. Trump's moves infuriated Canadians and led to a surge in nationalism that aided the Liberals in flipping earlier election projections to retain power. We were dead and buried in December. Now we're going to form a government, David Lametti, a former Liberal Justice Minister, told Canadian TV. We have turned this thing around, thanks to Mark. The Conservative Party's leader, Pierre Poilievre, sought to make the elections a referendum on Trudeau, whose popularity dropped before he ultimately stepped down in January. In Trudeau's final months, Trump repeatedly referred to him as Canada's governor and continued comments about turning the country into America's 51st state. After Trudeau resigned, Carney, a two-time central banker, became prime minister and the Liberal Party's leader. Trump even suggested on Election Day that he was on the ballot, and again that said Canada should become the 51st state. He also incorrectly claimed that the U.S. subsidizes Canada. Good luck to the great people of Canada, Trump wrote on Truth Social for this article. Like the man who has the strength and wisdom to cut your taxes in half, increase your military power for free to the highest levels in the world, have your car, steel, aluminum, lumber, energy, and all other businesses quadruple in size with zero tariffs or taxes if Canada becomes the cherished 51st state of the United States of America. No more artificially drawn line from many years ago, he continued. Look how beautiful the landmass would be, free access with no border, all positive with no negatives. It was meant to be. America can no longer subsidize Canada with the hundreds of billions of dollars a year that we have been spending in the past. It makes no sense unless Canada is a state. So we'll see. We'll see. Canada, tough guy, liberal, leftist. Taking it to America? I think not. I think not. Have your nationalism, have your pride. It just could harm you. Canada just can't help themselves. I do feel bad for all the conservatives there. I know people that live in Canada. They're Canadian citizens. And they are not happy with things that go in their government. And that's the way it goes. That's what we see here in America. There's really close races where it comes down razor thin. And, election integrity matters. Having a good voting rolls matter. All these things very much matter because you want to have a free and fair election. Not to say theirs was not, but I wonder how many people didn't turn out and vote that should have. Who's to say? I don't know. Of course, this was party, not the people, but we'll see. Maybe that works for them. It's not my business. If it works for them, it works for them. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We're going to do us. You do you. But we're going to make sure that America's taken care of. We're not here to be concerned with your economy. These North American trade unions and all that, we'll do what works best for America, and if it doesn't, we won't do it. I believe that they know this by now. So Mark Carney, enjoy your win. You can rally the troops. You can circle the wagons. You can claim victory, and you could pump your fist down south towards Washington and President Trump all you want. It's still Canada. And that means you don't have the muscle that we have. So understand your position in life. Understand your position in life. Sometimes you're the windshield. Sometimes you're the bug. Right? Just saying. Just saying. Love you, Canada. Love Canadian people. But you got knucklehead leaders. Some of them. And they can't win this. They think they can. They can't win this. Ultimately, it will cost you. It will cost you. You need us more than we need you. We can always make changes here, even if we have relied heavily on some of your products. We can make changes. There are alternatives usually, and that is not good for you, Canada. That is not good for you. Let's do what makes sense. Stop all that. You know, I get it. You don't want to be a state? Okay, fine. You won't be a state. That's fine. Some people think it was all a joke all along anyway. Some people said he was very serious. I don't know. If they wanted to become a 51st state, would have to correct a lot of issues anyway. We're fine with you being the icy, cold, snowy, frozen tundra northern neighbor. It's fine. Just realize, though, we're going to secure the border. You're not going to have the access that you've had because we've got to tighten up a little bit, and we're going to have tariffs on you. And ultimately, we'll win those battles. It might be a bumpy road for a little while, but ultimately, we're going to win the tariff war with Canada. Absolutely. So go ahead, make our day. Make our day. It's all right. We're fine down here. We're not cowering in a corner and crying and saying, what are we going to do? But you might be in the months and years ahead. You might be. Oh, let's see here. What else is going on in the old news cycle? I'm curious to see. Again, they won't announce it till June. It's a little ways away. The oral arguments for the suing by the school district, by the parents against the school district about the books in schools up in Maryland. Don't let that lay by the wayside. Keep up with that story. That story is one that's going to have a major decision. This is going to be a major decision. So we'll see what happens with it, but it's going to have an effect across the nation. That's a big one. That's one of those really big ones. So Michelle Obama claims deportation issue keeps her up at night after her husband deported 3 million illegals. Does anyone believe that Michelle Obama stays up at night over any issue besides her own? Every parent may stay up at night worried about their kids. I give her that. But she's not worried about illegals. That's not keeping her up at night. Come on. Sometimes politicians are those that were married to politicians. Because after all, she's not a politician. But there's a lot of people who like her to be a politician. A lot of people called for her to run against Biden. She wouldn't do it. Because, she hates this country, But she stays up at night for illegals. And I guess, was she up at night in the White House when President Obama was deporting illegals? Was she up at night? Is this the party deuce? Like she was up before, now she's up again? Come on, Michelle. Nobody's buying that garbage. You're not up at night worried about illegals. Just stop. Anybody that believes that, check yourself in and get your thinking checked out. Something's wrong. I don't believe these loony comments that these people make. You're not up at night worried about that. You're snoozing along just fine, dreaming about all the money and stuff that you've made. Come on. Maybe the future of the Obama Library or whatever. A new book claims Tim Walz was terrified to face J.D. Vance in 2024. Well, that knucklehead was afraid of a lot of things. He tried to talk tough. He's not tough. He's not tough. We rather enjoyed it. I mean, we knew where that was going. There's an interesting, around the world farming, and we have our issues here. Farming has taken a lot of attack. We've lost a lot of farmland. We sure have. But around the world, there's been a lot of problems. And this is an interesting, because, they've been taking farmers and putting up apartment complexes, taking the farmland, just forcing cattle growers out, saying you can only have 40 instead of 100 or whatever. There's an interesting story out on the Gateway Pundit about French farmers committing suicide over EPA or environmental policies. Uh, this is let's go. This starts out in France, the cradle of European agriculture. A silent drama unfolds in the fields. Every 2 days, a farmer takes their own life, trapped in a web of economic, bureaucratic, and regulatory pressures that have reached unsustainable levels. According to a recent report by the European Agency for Safety and Health at Work, EU-OSHA, their version of that, the environmental policies of the European Green Deal driven by the European Commission. I've never liked these people. Remember that European Commission is the one that sets the policy for the European Union. Go read some of the speeches these knuckleheads put out there. Make you cringe. I've been reading their stuff for years, if you can stomach it. It directly contributes to the psychological deterioration of rural workers. The European Green Deal, introduced in December 2019, is the EU's flagship strategy to achieve climate neutrality by 2050. It seeks to transform the European economy by reducing greenhouse gas emissions by 55% by 2030, promoting organic farming and restoring ecosystems. Among its key measures is the Farm to Fork strategy, which mandates 50% reduction in pesticide use, a 20% cut in fertilizers, and an increase in organic farmland to 25%. However, these targets have created an overwhelming burden for farmers. Farmers face strict restrictions on products. They have rising input costs, a stifling bureaucracy. These pressures have triggered a surge in anxiety, depression, and emotional burnout. And so once every 48 hours, a farmer kills himself in France. For decades, farmers have grappled with low prices, shrinking profit margins, and competition from foreign imports. However, the Green Deal policies have added an extra layer of stress. The imposition of environmental regulations without verifiable alternatives has left many producers without tools to remain competitive. For instance, the ban on certain pesticides has limited farmers' ability to protect their crops, while imported products from countries with less stringent regulations flood the American markets. That's the kind of thing they've done here in America. A report by France's General Inspectorate of Social Affairs, IGAS, details that agricultural suicides are linked to economic, moral, and cultural fragilities. Farmers face not only mounting debts, but also a sense of abandonment by institutions. The disappearance of programs like Sweden's Agricultural Health, which offers psychological support to producers, is an example of how the EU has failed to prioritize mental health in the sector. French farmers protest, which have blocked roads. Remember when they rode the tractors through and reached Brussels, reflect a cry for help. In February 24, thousands of tractors, which you mentioned, paralyzed Europe's streets, denouncing the Green Deal for placing them at a disadvantage against global competitors. The Spanish Young Farmers Agrarian Association, ASAGA, or JA, has pointed out that restrictions on GMOs and pesticides make it difficult to compete with products from countries like Brazil or even the United States, where regulations are less rigorous. So they're killing themselves. Wow. A farmer death march. Crazy. These people, it's really hard for them to make money, and you don't and that's what happens. Every action has a reaction, and it's really hard to make, to navigate through that. And even though it may be the best to be where they want them to be, that's the problem with government. They just flip stuff and then they just throw it in your lap, and there's no way, and so it destroys you financially. There's no assistance through that. There's no, they just here it is, and then you're not making money anyway, and they make it more difficult to make money, so you end up going into debt, and then they just can't handle the pressure. And some of these have probably been farmers for decades. Absolutely. Broski Bear, Europe is a mess and will never recover. They went socialist in the 60s and has been spiraling downward ever since. Yes. Most whites in Europe have become extremely lazy. Same with commie Canada. Truth. They do. They have become extremely lazy. And so you're right. And that's not the only problems that these countries have in Europe. Not only that, but the open borders, the illegals coming over, the crime, these small little European towns, quaint towns, been basically the same for a millennia. They're just flipping overnight into basically It's like a walk through hell, and there's no assistance for them. Daughters being raped and people being stolen from, beaten down in the streets. Just strong arm thuggery, intimidation. Kids can't go to the bus stop or walk to school or whatever the case may be for thug kids that don't even go to school, that are beating them up. It's in that many other things. But you're right, Europe is a mess. It is an absolute mess, all of Europe. And yet they want to lecture us on how to run our country. Shut up. Shut your pie hole. We don't care. I've said it before. We'll not apologize for being American. We don't care what you think about us. It doesn't hurt our feelings. It might hurt Biden's feelings. It doesn't hurt my feelings at all. We're not here to please you. We're not here to be the favorite in your popularity contest. We're the United States of America. We don't care. That was our attitude. If you want our help, okay. But don't spit in our eye. Had enough of that. It's a new day, Europe. It's a new day, Canada. Canada, if you want to be, like I said, if you want to do you the way you're doing it, fine. But expect there to be some ramifications. Beat your little drums up there of victory. Yes, have your party. But it's going to hurt you. This is not weak-kneed Biden in charge on his knees for you. It's a new day. Yes, thank you, sir. The United States of America is the best country this side of heaven. Absolutely. And we're not going to apologize for it. We don't have any guilt. I have no guilt as an American. Yes, we're the land of plenty. You know why? Because we worked our butts off in this country to make it that. Quit being jealous. Quit thinking. And all these people that want to take from us and level the playing field. By the way, that never works anyway. We know that socialist agenda never works because people are lazy. They'll say, sure, we deserve all of what you got, and we'll sit over here and be lazy. No, you're stupid. If you don't work, you don't eat. That's biblical principle. Get out and get it done. Yes, we have social services for those people that are disabled and old and infirm and all that, but that can get crazy too. Families should be helping families. People. The idea of just throwing people in old folks' homes and stuff, that's not a good model either. Look what's happening with that, and the tragedy of that. We bear responsibility. We should honor our elderly. Absolutely, they paved the way. These were the hardworking Americans that made the country great. Yeah, we're not going to apologize for it. Stick it, world. We're happy. We're good. We're good. We don't need you. We don't need you. If we need to, we'll just circle our country on both coasts with our military, and we'll just keep everybody away that we'll be like that. Well, don't come to America. We don't need you. We do not need you. We'll adapt. We absolutely will adapt. Celtic blacksmith. You mean giving handouts to lazy do-nothing doesn't fix the problem? Gasp. Color me shocked. Oh, yeah, and they're all happy up in Canada. Oh, yes. Yes. Take that, Trump. We're tough. We're Canadian. We showed you we'll not be your 51st state. We're Canada. Oh, Canada. Enjoy it, frozen tundra. Enjoy it. See how that worked for you, big boy. Carney. Remember the old Carney guys? They travel around with the traveling circus acts and, they have the rides and stuff. The old Carneys. Bunch of drunks. The truth. The drunks. Your mechanics. They have to wake them up to do their job. Tighten some bolts. I had a friend of mine. This is true story. He worked with him. And he said, he was from Chicago. He had that Chicago accent. And he said, I'm an old Carney. I said, you're a what? And we were working together in a restaurant as kitchen help and everything else. And he said, yeah, I'm a Carney. And so he said, I travel with, carnivals. I said, what's your job? He said, mechanic. I was like, this guy wasn't bright. So he said this to me. He said, hey, let's make some good money. He said, let's leave this job. Of course, I was very young. I think I was 17 at the time. He said, let's go with a Carney when they're going to be going down in the Texas, Florida, during the winter it's warmer down there, and we'll ride with the carny. And he said to make me really want to do it. He said, "Oh, it's great." He said every day. This is what he said. Every day they give you a fifth of liquor. You get a per diem to eat, and you get a fifth of liquor. Well, I had to think about that fifth of liquor a little bit. It's like, well, what kind? I'm just playing with him. And he named off a couple of brands, I had one of them was Canadian. Canadian Mist. I'm like, Canadian Mist? It don't sound like what I want. So anyway, he left and rode the carny circuit. But when he told me he was the mechanic, I'm like, you're the guy I watched dishes back here. I've watched eat food that was sent back from people that didn't finish all their food. Come on. I said, that's a tempting offer. It really is. It's a tempting offer. But I think I'll have to pass. I'll just stay here, be with my family, enjoy your ride. Yeah, give them how to fish or teach them how to fish. Now they'll say, yes, please go fish. Yes, give me. You fish, give me. Yes. Used to be people wanting to know, how do you do this? Yeah, this is great. Thanks for showing me. Nowadays, you go. We're good. We'll sit here. Me and my family. You go ahead. Be sure to come back by and give us the money. America's great, right? And that's the way they think. They call their friends up. Oh, it's great. We got the card. They give us money, put us up in a nice room. We're going to even get driver's licenses. Hey, they're going to let us vote. That's, we just get handouts left and right. And we got a whole party up here that cries over us. They stay up in the middle of the night. Michelle Obama, she can't sleep at night because of deportated illegals. Oh, bless her heart. I can't sleep. Barry Sotero, I can't sleep. We've got to do something. Well, we did deport 3 million while we were in the White House. I know, but it's the Trump. We've got to stay. We've got to be upset. Celtic blacksmith. Build a man on fire. He'll be warm for a day. Set a man on fire. He'll be warm for the rest of his life. Words of wisdom for you. Yes. Truth in that. The burning man. Oh, I love you, man. You make my day. Make my day. Hope you have a great day out there. I will be on late tonight. I said the racing hour would not. I will come in after coming back from the funeral home. Michelle Obama living in Martha's Vineyard, rich white neighborhood, but she's so down. I can't sleep. I'm so concerned. We got the guy down there. He's having margaritas. El Salvador. I can't. Big Mike, come on. It'll be okay. Man up. Oh, I'm going to get in trouble. Oh, man. I think the one that's up at night's Barry Sotero. He's up at night because I imagine that's not easy to live with. That's why he had the smoking problem. He's out on the back steps burning down a pack of cigarettes for what he's having to live with. Oh, remember he was the man of the beer summit. Remember when he wanted to have the policeman and the university professor, dean, whatever he was. Barry calls them to the beer summit to come together in understanding. Oh, and now we have beer summits going on in El Salvador. the leftist kings of the beer summits. Remember when they were dropping off the illegals at Martha's Vineyard? Their heads exploded. Why are you bringing them here? This is no place for them. People knocking on the door. Food, money, place to stay. They send us here to you. Is this my house? No, get out of here. Oh, I wonder if she was up at night when they were letting them off the buses up there. Probably so, thinking of how to get them out of there. No doubt, Brosky Bear. No doubt. Oh, my goodness. Oh. I remember going to some place called the Beer Summit once, vaguely pretty sure they had a wet t-shirt contest. Oh. I love you guys. Oh, I love it. Who doesn't like a good wet t-shirt contest? Did I just say that? Oh my goodness, I'm gonna be in trouble now. Remember, there used to be all those places you could go to. Yes, I did frequent them at one time in my life. They had the early in the week, because they're trying to drive business. You could get the like 50-cent cup or whatever, or draft beer or quarter night. I mean, it was all kinds of stuff like that. You pay a price, you can drink all the beer you can drink, all kinds of stuff like that. I know it. I did it. I opened my mouth. It just came right out. You know what was funny? It's what popped in my head. I have this problem that things just pop in my head. Me and my wife were first married. We were out at a big place, and it was one of the. And these two thoughts are coming together. It's like we're at this place, and it's like you pay one price, you come in, they give you the cup, you can drink all the draft beer you want. And that particular night, they were having the wet bikini contest or something like that. And we went with a friend of ours. I just remember the whole thing out of the whole evening was they announced that my buddy says, "Oh, I'm going to the stage. I'm going to watch this." I looked at my wife. My wife said, "Go ahead. You're coming home to me." I know people hate that. I said that. Hate it. But it's true. It happened. Oh man. Steve, in a different set of circumstances, me, you, and Brosky Bear, the timing is everything. We could have all been in the same place together. Ain't it funny though when I've got to get off here. Ain't it funny when you mention a place like that you just mentioned? Like everybody automatic, because there's a place like that in every community or nearby, within range. Everybody remembers a place like that. Whatever, no matter what it was called, you remember a place like that. It's like, oh yeah, I remember that place. You really don't remember that place, but you remember one like it. Or if you were in the area, you might. Everybody has these typical tavern names. I mean, they're not real creative, but you just need you don't have to broadcast or market some great truth. You just want somebody to know that you're there. So they have these very in your face kind of sayings for the names for the place. The Beer Summit or whatever it was. And you understand. I mean, a guy understands. Oh yeah, we got to go to that place. That's a hangout. Global warming. The icebergs are melting. It's going to be a flood. So Michael moves to an island. Oh, you got the comment of the day. You and Steve, y'all real close here. Y'all one upping each other. Y'all killing me. Very true. Very, very true. Oh yeah, with global warming, Trump in office, the illegals being deported. Imagine they just can't sleep at night. All the worry. I don't know what we're going to do. Let's go make another $10 million. Let's go shopping. It'll help me if I could just go shopping and spend, a couple $100,000. There's some new design. Remember when Michelle would show up to the soup kitchens wearing the most expensive outfit that you could find? These are my people. I come to support you in $6,000 shoes. These people are stupid, and they really people bought into it early on. Like, oh, it was like an epiphany. It was like Mary had came back, out of the skies for. Oh, this is great. We worship you. Thanks. We're lowly Americans. Thanks for helping us. Oh, no problem. I can wear this expensive outfit and serve you some gruel anytime. We're only going to do it while the camera's on anyway. You have a great life. I'm heading to the vineyard. That's the way it is with these people. It's all a photo moment. Oh, let me come down. Yeah. Let me deal with the commoners. They'll keep your heads down as you come through. I'll smile a little bit and act like I really care. As soon as the cameras are off, we're out of here. We got beer summits and we got to go shopping. We got to figure out who we can, mess over next, tear down the country. Oh yeah, we've got a lot to do. Still doing it. We got to go control the Bidens again. They're always good to knock around a little bit. That's the way these people. That's the way they are. Oh my gosh, we got to get out of here. I'll be back tonight. Be a late night. We'll talk. We'll get into it with something. I don't know what it'll be, but we'll get into it with something. You have a great day out there. Take those thoughts with you. They'll sustain you through a day. Absolutely. I can't get that one out of my head. The beer summit with the wet t-shirt. Thank you, Steve. You're such a great influence on me. Take care.